Hello friends, I made this for. My name is Lauren, and today you are here to explore what Neptune retrograde means. So if you haven't been here before, hi, hello, welcome. My name, as I said before, is Lauren. I think I said it, I don't know. And I am an astrology fan, tarot reader, Reiki practitioner, art ritual facilitator, art teacher, intuitive artist, all those good things. And I like to use this space to talk about astrology and relate it back to, or rather relate back to the tarot, so that we have something physical or visual rather, that we can kind of ground this very magical shit, right? You're here because we're talking about Neptune, and before we can talk about Neptune, I need to say this. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for continuing to support me by clicking on this video. I really hope you find it supportive. Please like, comment, subscribe, all those things. Ring the bell to get notified if you want to know when I'm uploading again. And yeah, just really thankful for you to be here, no matter where you are and what's happening in your life. I really hope everything's great and that you're feeling good, safe, and supported. Alrighty, let's get into the ish. So I'm going to be starting by using this old book that I got to illustrate. This is Planetary Pause by Brady Waller. I got to be the lucky illustrator, and so I love referencing their work in what I do, because also, if we're talking about planets, I drew a illustration of each and every planet. So this kind of gives you an idea of some of my background, but also a little visual representation here. So this is what I drew for Neptune. And Brady asked me to do these drawings. They wanted a personification of each planet. And so this is Neptune, or at least my interpretation of Neptune. So the reason why this is, Neptune's interpretation for me is because I feel like Neptune, if we're just talking about it on a surface level, is incredibly hard to pinpoint some of the energies related to it. Now, sometimes we can think about that complexity to Neptune being very familiar, or one way we can relate that complexity, rather, is by relating it back to Pisces, which is the modern ruler of Neptune, or well, Neptune is the modern ruler of Pisces. Of course, back in the day, back in the olden times, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto had not been discovered. That wasn't until more recently, in like the 1770s or 1780s. It was around the time of the American Revolution, right? Which is an auspicious time in our cycle. And what's funny, I'm getting so tired because Neptune to me is very much the planet of dreams, the planet of the deep dark waters of Pisces, where it's kind of hard to articulate what this energy means. And of course, one thing that we can use, one tool, is we can use tarot. So the Hanged One is the tarot representation of this astrological body. And so that is to say that this energy, the Hanged One, is also kind of hard to pinpoint, because this card invites a lot of release around expectations, a lot of, maybe not even release. What's a better word here? I feel like with the Hanged One, there is a lot of surrender. That's the word. Surrender is the word here. And so with Neptune being in retrograde, we might have to surrender certain things or see things in a new light. Remember, when a planet goes retrograde, we're kind of revisiting old themes or old ideas. But with Neptune being such an auspicious planet of very dreamy, ethereal, watery realities, we might be encouraged to release a little bit more and not so much revisit our old concepts, but create new ones. We might be invited to release ideas, release concepts that are not supportive. And as we do that, we have to surrender, and surrendering is uncomfortable. With Neptune as well, something to keep in mind is that this is a planet that moves incredibly slowly. Its rotation in the sky, or what sign it's in, shifts and moves roughly every 14 years. So this is what we in the witchy community, astrological community, might refer to as not a personal planet, but a generational planet. This is something that everyone in your graduating class of high school probably had. The very same, unless you're kind of in a year where it's cusping, right? This is a slow-moving planet, and actually at times, because of Pluto's orbit, Neptune is actually the farthest from the sun. So this is a really interesting planet to try to explore, especially when we see the Hanged One. This is a big lesson around release, around surrender, around being forced to see things differently, to shift perspective, quite literally. This character is hanging upside down. So we are being asked, I'm so sorry. Maybe it's leftover COVID, maybe it's Maybelline. Who knows why I keep yawning. Anyway, this card asks us to view things with a new look. Now, some words that are in this book, Planetary Pause, and of course Brady, an amazing, I want to definitely shout them out. The Mythic Landscape on Instagram, make sure you follow them. I was re-looking over this before making this video, and what I found really interesting was the phrase universalism and gradual change. So as I said before, when it comes to this planet being a generational planet, most of us on a day-to-day basis are not going to feel this transit with a huge level of impact. It's very far away, it's very slow moving, so this is what we all feel together. This is what we are feeling in a universal sense. And I want to highlight that phrase, because I think there's always in any transit, I feel like there's always this desire to figure out, what does it mean? What is it going to illustrate when it's doing its thing? Are we all going to be forced to shift our perspective upside down? The answer is yes and no. We will all feel it at our own time, at our own pace. It's going to be gradual, and the revolution will not be televised. It's going to be in our individual experience, in our individual ability to understand and move through these very real themes, these ideas of illusion or of dissolving illusions, this idea of living our passionate dreams and living from a place where we can emotionally expand, where we can be this energy that is all about what are our collective dreams. I keep doing this because it really very much is this wah, wah, wah kind of energy where it's a lot of sounds, it's a lot of movement, it's a lot of feeling, but when it comes to words, it is very, very difficult. So what are some things that we can do to help kind of, for lack of a better word, act as a way to help us with some medicine in case we are feeling a lot or we want to tap into this energy? Well, as I've shared before, Neptune in the tarot is the Hanged One. So I highly recommend you take out your Hanged One, Hanged Man, Hanged Person, and ask what energy, what is coming to the surface, what is collectively changing, how do I fit into this space, where do I need to release some expectations or desire for outcome, and where can I allow to myself to be guided in a way that supports collective healing. Again, going back to what Brady said, and I want to ensure always that I am using their words correctly, universalism and gradual change. Gradual change might not be the ideal thing to hear right now, but in all the chaos that is happening in our modern world, we have to remember that change is slow moving and requires persistence. It's not an overnight success. So another thing we can do to kind of tap into this time and work with Neptune might be to keep a dream journal, to write down your dreams when you wake up. Maybe set an intention for what you want to do in your dreams before going off to bed. Maybe working with some herbs that will help get you into a dreams state where you can just kind of, astral project, things like that. You can use your dreams as a tool and use this energy around Neptune as a teacher. But with that said, friends, that's kind of just my quickie go over Neptune. Of course, there's so much more information. Highly recommend Planetary Pause if you are looking for a specific journey with this planet, as well as a ritual. Brady shares a really beautiful ritual in here, a meditation. I don't want to give it away. I want you to support local artists. Go on their website or follow them on Instagram, The Mythic Landscape. That is where you can find them. Gradual expansion. This is not going to be the massive shift or action oriented, I think. This is going to be a lot of restructuring our vision for the future. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, get notifications so you can know when I'm talking about other astrological things. And of course, as always, if you want to support the space, I have a Patreon where art is ritual, and I post monthly art rituals on Patreon so that you can engage with your creative magic in all the ways possible. I also have a store where I have astrological merch, including a shirt that says Hail Saturn, and the Saturn from that book is the Saturn, that Saturn from that shirt is the Saturn from this book. So if you would like to support me, please make sure to check out those links down below. Connect with me on social media. I hope to see you soon. I'm sorry this exit is going so long. Make sure to click on the videos and playlists popping up around my head. And until next time, remember where to surrender. There's some really good medicine there. Bye-bye.